Okay, so everything says it's live. I have my headphones in because my mom is having a convenient party downstairs and I don't want us to be disturbed. So let's get this going and linked out to everyone that we are streaming. Boop, 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 boop. And just wait for everybody to show up. Oh, there's a viewer. Hello, viewer. We're going to tell everyone else that we are live. We are live. Come and see. In a world of pure imagination, we shall stream. And I probably should have just done this for my phone. Let's see. Okay, I have my little pop-out chat. Oh my gosh, hi guys, cool. Awesome, so I can see you guys in pop-out chat if you're on YouTube, and I also have the chat activated on Google Hangout. So what I would like to do is obviously say hi to everybody as if you're at a convention and coming to my table, and then how am I? Oh, I'm wonderful. It's Friday. How are you guys? It's Friday and the week is over and I'm really tired, so please excuse my exhaustion. I got some food in me and I'm ready to live stream. Work has been so crazy, but that's okay. I really hit the nose, the grindstone to get these art pieces out for you. And I really hope you guys enjoy the art that I've been making and then all of the art that is available in my shop. Think Etsy or not to Etsy, .storenv.com. How do I go to the one in Google Hangouts? Man, that's a good question. Because I'm streaming through Google Hangouts. Let's see. The chat, the group chat. I mean, there's got to be, if I show the link will give you to YouTube. I wonder if this link, I'm going to put this link in here. That's just the YouTube link. That's not going to take you to the Google Hangout. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, so let's try this again. And then I'm going to go to the live control room and see if I can get you guys the old Google Hangouts link, because I would really like, if it's at all possible, to like talk to you guys like one-on-one if you have a Google account, because I think that would be cool. If not, then I'd just guess that we'll just do questions like normal, and I'm gonna hang out and all that other stuff. But the whole point of me using Google Hangouts was to actually was so that we can use the advantage of like hanging out. Let's see, analytics, broadcast alert, blah blah blah, public view. Is that a dog? Yes. Okay, so my mom is having a party downstairs, so if you hear anything crazy, I apologize. But Kirby is sleeping, and then on the other side of Kirby, who's black and camouflage, is Chloe, my mommy's dog. But they're sleeping. We want them to sleep. So yeah, he's been doing really well, and he's a sweet boy. How can I get you guys the flippin' Google Hangouts link? That's weird. That's so weird. I wonder if I go to Google Hangouts. Sorry guys, I'm new at this. How's your Friday going? Did everyone have a good week? I hope so. Empty Hangout. I'm in a video call. So, is this where I am? Options, notifications. People who join this group can see all previous messages. Joining by link, creating link. Haha! Haha! All right, let's see if, oh, this is it. This is it. All right, cool. I got the link. So if you would like to join the Hangout, and of course, everyone, please be courteous and whatnot. Last I checked, you just go on your Gmail and get the emails of whoever wants to join. Yeah. Well, or I can give you this link if you would like to. But yes. So obviously, I would like to spend an equal amount of time with people and also talk to them. Oh, I see people. I see people coming to the Hangout. I see it. I see the thing bouncing. But I see them chatting. This is so weird. You guys join the Hangout. You join this Hangout. I see people joining the Hangout. So can you guys view? Ooh, I got a beep. I hear the beeps. I see the chat in there. This is weird. Google Hangouts is so weird. I got a beep. I hear. All right. So, but I wonder how to get anyone to the group chat. And group Hangout. Somebody's coming to hang out.
Hey.
Who is it? Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
You good? What's your name?
Mary.
Mary?
Yep.
Oh, my mom's coming in to intervene. Chocolate ganache. Oh, thanks, Mom. What a sweetheart. And Beth, everyone say hi to Mom. Hi, Mary. Say hi to my mom.
Hi. Okay. Bob is thirsty.
Of course he's thirsty. Oh, so awesome. Cool. So I would like to, if you guys are comfortable, you obviously don't have to show your faces, but just as if you were meeting me at a convention, I thought this would be a cool idea. So just come in and say hi and see, talk to me if you have any questions. It's just really great to meet you guys. I don't know how many people we could have join the call at the same time. But obviously I want to give everybody a decent amount of time, of course. So Mary, we'll just start with you, if that's all right.
Sure. So wait, what do I do? I wasn't listening the whole time.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. So just what brings you to come say hi? How you doing?
I've been watching your channel for a long time. I'm an artist myself. I love watching like some videos where people share their sketchbooks, and I come across your channel and I loved it, so I subscribed and I decided to join your live stream. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you like my stuff. What's your information so other people can check you out?
Like my social media, you mean by that, or no?
Yeah.
I have an Instagram, which I'll put in the chat because I don't think people could spell my last name.
It's okay. Go for it. We're here to build a community, and I'll hang out, and I love this. I love that we can do this. This is so fun.
I don't... Here, I'm going to put in the chat if I can find it.
Community, and I'll hang out, and I love this. I love that we can do this. This is so fun.
I don't... Here, I'm going to put in the chat if I can find it.
I hear bings and noises.
I put in the chat, that's my Instagram username, and, yeah.
Okay, cool. I just find it weird that the chat in the Google Hangout is different than the group chat.
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
there's a group chat on the side. If anyone knows how to get everyone active in on the group chat, that would be great. If not, is anybody drawing anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you working on?
Mostly just art requests.
An art request? Yeah. What's your name?
You can just call me Fire Oak. I prefer to keep my name
Of course,
off
that's fine.
the internet. Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining us, Fire. No problem. That's
Thank
fine.
you.
Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm tired from work. Ugh. Does anybody have any like questions or like subjects that they would like to discuss?
How about art blocks?
Art blocks? You want to talk about art blocks? Okay, sure. No problem. Because those have been looming over me a lot this year.
Same.
And I think that the biggest problem I have with art blocks is usually sometimes it'll come from not doing anything for a while or like setting up really high expectations for myself, which I know we all do. I know we all like, we want to be here all the time and it doesn't matter how good we are, but we just grow and increase. So we just want to constantly like be higher than we are.
Totally can relate.
Yeah, it's like, we're never gonna escape, but that's good. That's good because you don't want to settle and you don't want to be stagnant in your art, because then you're never going to want to improve and get better. And what I think is one of the great things about art is improving and learning new things, especially from other people in the community. Yeah, but what really helps me with art block is actually going back through like old sketchbooks or old pieces that I've done and drawing it again, because there's no the thing's already there, the subject's already there from you, and there's no pressure because you're gonna look at it and you're gonna be like, seriously, that's what I was here before. Like I feel like there's just no pressure. Yeah, there's no pressure on it for you at all. That's just my opinion. That's one thing. A lot of things like maybe hard too, but like kind of like almost force yourself to keep. Hi everyone in the chat. If you're in the chat, I see you. I think I can. Hello. I think I could do that here, so you guys can talk there in the little groupy group chat. Whether it be on YouTube, I'm watching YouTube and I'm watching the Google Hangout too.
There's a video. I don't know if you could see it on the Google Hangouts video. If you're in the call, on the left side, there's a blue icon with like a chat bubble. If you click that, there's like a group chat for the group call. Which is easy.
Yeah, I see it. I see your hey.
Yeah,
I see your hey.
Back and forth, it's easier.
Yay! Awesome. So cool. Excellent. Thank you very much.
It's annoying trying to click back and then forth. Like.
Oh yes. And while I keep getting the notice in my corner, and I'm gonna pop out the YouTube chat too, so I can keep track of everyone. So if you guys, don't feel comfortable, joining the Hangout, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to do anything. This is just as if we were at a con and you wanted to come up to my table and say hi to me, because my favorite experience about the one con that I went to was getting to meet you guys and do that. But to continue to answer your question, sometimes you might have to force yourself, even though it feels like everything that comes out that you're making, you're like, God, this is garbage. Sometimes you have to just go until you've made all the garbage you could possibly make and you just get it out of your system. And then sometimes you just have to walk away. Sometimes you have to be like, okay, if this is really making me feel bad, then gotta go play Overwatch instead, or gotta go watch my favorite show or a book. But just remember that it always goes away. But the best and easiest thing for me is going back and drawing an old piece because there's no pressure there because you're already going to be I get it. Let's make garbage. Exactly. Make the garbage. You can only make garbage for so long until it turns to treasure.
Yeah.
But finding an old piece because there's going to be no pressure, or just like if you have a muse, like obviously mine is unicorns, where it's just something that's never going to make you upset while you're doodling, like you can always doodle one to help you feel better. Then, like if you have a muse, like obviously mine is unicorn. Somebody in, does that help answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome, of course. Does anybody else have any other questions? While they're in here, everybody's being quiet. You don't have to be. You're welcome, of course. Does anybody else have any other questions? Let's see. While they're in here, everybody's being quiet. You don't have to be. All right. Let's see.
The chat, some people say nice words, and this is just
yeah. Yeah, I like how nice everyone's being.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about the community. Let's see. Gweakles, I'm 17 and decided to pursue art as a career. Any tips on how to make a living out of art? Oh, I also see a little thing. I want to talk, but I think the mic's broke. Your mic's broke, or is it something on my end? Because I'm very shy talking to people. That's okay. You don't have to. No pressure on anybody. Let's see. So, Dizzy, I'm still trying to figure out how to make a living out of art myself. I have a full-time job as a visual designer, and everything that I do and post online is done either like right now or over the weekend. And I do everything I can. My tips to do is to get on as many social platforms as possible, and just start posting your work and getting involved in like community things like Inktober, or like right now they have Draugust or Mermaid. And the more you tag yourself and like the more things you involve yourself in, and then go comment, go talk to other artists. Like one thing that really bothers me is when other people will go to your page and they'll say, "This looks great, check out my gallery."
Oh,
and it's like
that. It's annoying. I can't. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's rude. It's almost kind of like somebody going into your art gallery, and then saying, "Hey, everybody, come over to my gallery over here." But you're like forgetting that there's a person on the other side of this. But anyways, my advice would to not be do that, but talk to them like as a normal person. Like any of the art friends that I've made online and formed a community with, I just talk to them like a normal person. Just talk. You never know. Like, don't be scared. They're just people, just like you and me. I'm just a people. You know, you guys are just people. We all like doing art, and we're all, for the most part, pretty even-minded, or left brain or right brain, whatever. I'm so tired. But just, my advice to you would be, you know, practice, you know, figure out what you like, figure out what you enjoy, try new things, and get involved in the community. And eventually, you can build a portfolio and decide what it is you like most about art. Like, do you want to be an illustrator? Do you want to be a conceptual illustrator? Do you want to do sequential illustrations for comic books? You have to really decide what you want to do before you can make a living with it. About art, like, do you want to be an illustrator? You can't unmute yourself.
I do that sometimes when I'm like live streaming. I accidentally, like, just to hear what my audio sounds like, I click the unmute button and then it starts echoing, and then some people get mad, like, oh my god, what's that echoing noise? And I can never figure it out. But then after like I end the stream, I see the button that it's not with the slash, and I'm like, oh, that was the problem the whole time.
Looks like if I scroll over everybody's thing, there's a little option for a microphone. So it looks right now we have Talia, Mark Stringer, Debbie, Bella, Fire, Crayola, and Ash. And if you guys have your volume, turn it down so we don't get the echoey thing.
Yeah, there's someone.
No problem. I have a beautiful room. My room is messy. Thank you. Let's see. What print do you consider? Crayola. Would you like the volume down just a little? Or putting in like headphones so we don't get a repeat? No worries. Oh no. I hope everybody's alive over there.
There's a lot of echoing.
Yeah. I think, okay. I'm gonna, for now, until Crayola, until you figure out your voice situation, I'm gonna just mute you for now, and then just let me know in the chat when you have the volume and everything fixed, so it doesn't echo for everybody else in the live stream. Let's see. And thank you so much for helping everybody in the chat, Mel. Okay, what print do you consider your favorite? Do you mean of all the prints that are in my shop right now? Let's see. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Crayola. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. Let's see. I hope that's what you're talking about, is all the prints that I have in my shop. Where's my... Let's see. Well, right now, my favorite print is... Here, we're going to share screen a little bit. Oh, this one. Okay, so I think that my favorite print right now that I have...
Are these all your drawings?
Yeah, these are all the prints that I have. So, like, and in case you guys didn't know, like, along with the stream, like, in my shop, I have everything set to be con prices. So as if there was a real con. So instead of it being like $10 like it normally is, like, it's $5, just like as if you were to come to my table. And it's going to be like that all weekend. I'm really proud of my Cat the Bat print. I worked on her for a long time, but gosh, I'm really proud of Wonder Woman too. I don't know.
Amazing, and I'm a huge fan of DC.
No, yeah, I like DC and Marvel, so I double dip.
Actually, my OC is like the way she's actually in the Justice League.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't wait. I hope that movie comes out good. I think I'm gonna have to say my Star-Lord print, because I made everything else with Copics for time, and then I for time's sake, and then I just, not that I don't like the Copics, but I'm using the Copics the same way that I would be using watercolors. And I just, watercolors my stuff. I appreciate it. Yeah, I can hear you. Ash? Hi, Ash. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, you figured it out.
Yay.
I had plugged my thing to the wrong thing and it just was not working out.
It's okay. This stuff is really crazy. It takes me forever to try and figure everything out, too.
Is Inktober a good way to get your foot in the door with inking?
Yes. And it's also a really good way to practice inking. Especially catalog it for yourself. So like look like if I go past each year, what I do each year is I go look at my old Inktober stuff and I'm like, ooh. and just it makes me feel so much better. So not only does it help you practice inking, and it's another community involved thing where you can go check out other people's stuff and see what they're doing. It's like a challenge for yourself, and like you're making a piece a day or a piece a week or whatever you want to do for yourself. But it is definitely a very good community thing, and just a very great place to practice inking. Because my very first Inktober, I remember getting my Pentel Pocket Brush pen and all the other pens, and I was like, oh my gosh, what a mess. And I'm still learning, so I think it's a great way.
It's a good
Definitely.
way. Sorry, you can continue. I keep cutting.
No, sorry. No, it's definitely a very good way. I love my voice. Thank you, Efrain.
You can see how much you can improve, like by just looking back at your old art.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
While you're at it.
Yeah, no, and you'll definitely notice an improvement. And like if I could share like my old Inktober, like if you notice, what I try and do is I'll find the subjects that I drew before, and I'll see if I can, and I try to redraw them again so I can compare and be like, oh my gosh, yes. And it's really hard to do every day. I did it last year and I did it the year before. And I don't know if I'm going to do it again this year, like every day, given how busy my job is. But I think I can get away with it. It's just like the commitment. I think this time. Uh-oh, sorry, Ash. Had to mute you for a second so you don't hurt everyone's ears.
That scared me.
Yeah, it's okay. Everything's fine. But yeah, everyone definitely is doing Inktober. And I think this year, I think what works for a lot of people is they go with a theme. And on one hand, I think that might be like I'm kind of like on the balance about it, because I want to go with the theme and make it different and like challenge myself, but then at the same time, I feel like it might be limiting. Like I know a lot of people will do witches or pinups or what have you. So like maybe give yourself a broad spectrum. I think this year I'm gonna do a theme, but all my stuff is gonna be Tim Burton. So, and most of it usually is anyway.
Love Tim Burton. I love his style. It's like creepy, but I like it. I don't know how to explain it, but I just love his style.
Yeah, no, I love all his old stuff. I don't know what he's been doing lately with his new stuff, but we'll forget that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, hi.
Hi, Crayola. Glad to see you back. What were you saying, Fire?
Sorry, I just thought that like he definitely has an interesting claymation style.
Love it. Yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas is my absolute favorite movie, especially from childhood. Always has been, always will be.
Wasn't The Corpse Bride from him as well, or no?
What was that?
The Corpse Bride. Was it made by him as well?
Oh, yes. The Corpse Bride was made by him as well. I love The Corpse Bride too. I just feel like I felt like it was really short.
Yeah, me too. I didn't. It was like a short story. What was that other do you know Caroline, the movie?
Coraline?
Coraline. I never Right.
He didn't make that, but he helped to produce it. And
Yeah.
Coraline's amazing.
Yeah. That was a great.
Yeah, that's also a great movie. Let's see. Jeremiah has a question. Let's see. When did you know that you were ready or comfortable with doing commission work? Um, I think it took a long time to become comfortable doing commission work for me. Even now, like I've a really hard time like asking people for money, even if they're paying for whatever it is I'm doing now. But like it's funny because I'll know by now it comes with time what to charge people, and I will have no problem like telling. So like let's say my friend would be like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know how much to charge for this." I'm like, "What do you mean you don't know how much to charge? How long is it going to take you to do? What supplies are you doing? Bam, this is how much you charge." Like I could do that for my friend, no problem, or anybody if you ask me. I'd say this, 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 this. You charge this. But then when it comes to me, then I'm like, like, yeah. But that's why it's awesome to have art buddies and an art community, which is what we have to always help you. I would say your comfort is going to come with time. I would always, feel out the market a little bit, kind of see other people who are drawing similar things that you are. So like, let's say at a convention, like I know that if I go to a convention, like for instance, and these are one of the prints that you guys can buy, that these 5x7 prints typically sell for $5. I just went to Tampa Bay Comic Con and some people were selling theirs for $7, and I was like, look at you. And they were comfortable doing that and they were selling it. Now maybe there are more popular artists, like the print I have back there that has a glare on it of Star-Lord, that's from Babs Tar. So her print is obviously, it was like $30.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, she can obviously charge more for her prints. But typically at cons, you're really going to find your deals. People are going to be like, well, I'll give you 3 for 10 instead, or especially on the last day. Like if you ever attend a con for 3 days, wait until the last day, because that's when everybody does their sales. Or don't if it's a really popular print, because then you might not get it. But I think it's based on like you knowing your audience, you knowing what you're comfortable capable of. Are you putting materials into it? Is it real materials? Like if it's commission work, like art supplies, Copics cost a lot of money. Watercolors, maybe you've had the same tube since college, just like me, but it is still the paper you're using, like the cost of shipping. You got to think of all of that. And don't be afraid. Do some research. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Hello, Chloe. Don't be afraid to do any of that. But as time, and don't be afraid to charge people. And another thing, sorry, this party is really loud. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry.
All right.
The best thing that I could say is if it's like anything above like $30 or $40, you get half up front. Because unfortunately there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to get burnt, and it's going to be, oh, a friend of a friend or a family friend, and you want to be a good person and you want to do right. And then unfortunately not everybody respects our craft the way they do others. So no one's going to go to a doctor and be like, well, I didn't like, you did exactly what I asked you to. You gave me Barbie's nose, but I don't like how it looks on me. So I don't think I should pay you. I think I should get my money back. Nobody does that, right?
No.
So, but they'll do that with us.
Yeah.
As far as getting comfortable with commissions, feel out, the area of people who have a similar style, the size, not necessarily like a simple style, the same style that you're copying, but like if you're a cartoonist artist or you're a sci-fi illustration artist, and your pieces are just ink or your pieces are this, see what they're doing. I'll go and see how much other artists are charging their prints, because maybe right now I'm offering 6x6 prints because I've never done that before. And I'm like, how much do I charge for those? Because it's like halfway between an 8x10 and it's not really a 5x7, right, Chloe? But it's just do the work and don't be afraid to ask questions. And as you do more, it will become more comfortable to you.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
When you're doing commissions, how can you trust, like, how do you do commissions? Like, do you let them pay first, or you draw and then they pay?
Depending upon the price. So let's say a little while ago, you guys might remember, I was having fun making like just little head illustrations with Copics, and I'm like, these would be fun commissions to do for like $12, and it's 3x3 Copics, and then that'll include shipping. If it's just something little like that, then I would have them pay me first and then do the artwork. If it's something if it's something big, so like if you're gonna do a YouTube banner for someone, or it's like a big piece, or and like I said, about, I want to say when you get to about like 30 to 40 above, you want to get half first. And the cool thing about PayPal is you can send people an invoice, actually.
What's that?
And an invoice basically states everything that you're doing for them, the cost, it like lays them out. It's kind of like a receipt, kind of like as if you were going to the grocery store, and it says, you bought this, this, and this is how much it costs, this was the tax, and this is this. So, but you fill it out, and you say you're getting an 8x10 illustration, I'm using watercolors, it's due on this day. Your total comes to $80, but I'm sending you an invoice to collect money for me to start it. I require payment, I require $40 payment up front, and then upon completion, I require the other $40, and then you can have your illustration. And the buyer may or may not be comfortable with this. Unfortunately, they may not be. I've never run into anybody who isn't, because normally if people want your art, they want to pay you and they respect you for your craft, and they will do so. But yeah, I hope that helps. But and if you don't want to do, can you ask a serious question? Yeah, of course you can.
I'll be right back, okay?
No worries.
All right, see you.
Okay, Fire has a serious question. What's up, Fire? Let me message. Here we go. Were you uncomfortable in school to be an artist? Do you mean, was I uncomfortable in like normal everyday school being an artist? Or like, was I comfortable? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna be honest, I always kind of felt like the black sheep, because growing up, people have mixed views on art, and it would shift. Like sometimes people would think it was really cool that you can draw stuff, and they wanted you to be able to be like, oh my gosh, you can draw this, this is cool. Sometimes it would be cool, and then sometimes people would make fun of me for it. But I didn't necessarily let that stop me. Did I find it annoying? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure at every possible moment, like middle school through high school and even into college, I always had a sketchbook on me, and as soon as I was completed with my assignments, I was always drawing. And, you know, there's always going to be some a-holes. So don't worry about it. Just, I mean, honestly, they're probably, if they're too worried about making fun of you, you know, for your art, or if you're worried about showing your pieces, like, I understand that too, because, you know, your sketchbook is kind of like your own personal private diary of a sort. It's for your feelings and your stuff, and you don't really want to show that. So I know I would get that way too. I'm glad that helps. But don't worry about it. I mean, I used to get really worried when people would look at my stuff, but then at the same time, it's the same with anything. Don't really concern yourself with, you know, what they're going to say about your drawings, because you're drawing for you. And those pieces in that sketchbook are for you. And if somebody, you know, is going like, is that anime? Can you draw me? Blah, blah, blah. That looks dumb. That looks like, what was it? There was this kid in high school, this freaking girl, while I was drawing dragons all the time. And she'd be like, is that a horse? It looks like a horse. And just fucking, excuse my French, she would just go off and she wouldn't shut up. They'd be like, can I just draw in peace? And it's going to happen. So you just got to ignore them and don't worry about it. Just do your drawing, because you're practicing and you're getting better and better. And who knows what the hell that chick's doing today. Okay, don't worry. I'll be here for a little while, Fire. What's my tattoo of? My tattoo is Phoebe. Here, I'll see if I can give you guys a better view of it. Let's see. But yeah, this is my little Phoebe girl. Yeah, I asked Ari, Ursula Decay, she's my best friend, if she could draw her for me. You know, because I had as you guys may or may not know, Phoebe fought very long and hard and diligently with lymphoma, and she was a very big part of my life. And you know, she was with me for 12 years, and unfortunately I had to put her down, and it was like the worst decision I ever had to make, and I never want to have to be in that situation again. But not to depress everybody, but this really, like, I wanted her to be with me always. And I think when you lose people or things that are important to you, you don't want to forget them. And so just always having her here with me, kind of like, I'm getting to a point now where I can have fond memories of her without crying, and just, I can have this and look at this, and, you know, know that I have her with me always, as corny as that sounds. Let's see. Do I have any tips for clean line art with brush pens? Whew. I personally, pardon me, I'm going to take some water because my throat's getting dry. I personally don't think that my stuff is clean. I think my stuff is messy. But as far as clean, I think if you're going to get as clean as you possibly can, then your best bet is to do your sketch. I'm going to mute you for a second, Ash, until you get your thing, so it doesn't hurt anybody's ears again. I'm sorry. But anyways, let's see. What was I talking about? Work just sucks the life right out of me. Oh, I'm talking about clean line art. If you want clean line art, do your sketch on like a piece of paper or in your sketchbook, and then get you know, a light box. They sell them really cheap now, and they're not even boxes anymore. They're like those. You've probably seen a lot of artists reviewing them on YouTube. And I think Ari got one, and it's really good. So you have your sketch, and you can be as messy as you want, and then you just have your outline, and then you put the light box under it, that paper, and then your actual piece that you want on top, and then you can draw it again from there, and it'll be clean without any of your messy sketch, and ink it right from there. And that would be my suggestion for the cleanest line art. Now, as far as brush pens, all brush pens are different. If you're specifically talking about the pencil pocket brush pen, or the ones that are most like a brush with a very fine point, then I would definitely say, as the longer you make your strokes, when I say longer, I mean the more time you spend on it. Like, instead of going or you just go like this and flow easily, the better it'll become. In the beginning, I wanted to go quickly, and it is very much like a brush. So what you want to do is you want to take your time with it. You definitely want to take your time with it, and it will come to you in time. There's still stuff, I mess up my stuff all the time. It drives me crazy. I will ink an entire piece, and I'll be like, yes, and then I do like one little section, and the brush will get away from me, and I'll lose control over it. And I'm like, but it really is all in the it really all is in the thing. Ooh, I see a lot of people drawing stuff in the video call. That's cool. Hey guys, those of you who are in the video call chat, can you switch to the group chat so I don't have to look at both, if that's okay? Because I don't know how. I don't want to have to keep looking at all this stuff. Okay. Anyways, I hope that answers your question, Efren. Hi, Eric, if you just got here. I'll answer your question in a second, Jennifer. I'm gonna answer Alicia's first, because she just got here with her question. Hey, I have a lot of anxiety, and lately I've been overthinking my art, and I feel like my ideas are cliche and unoriginal. Do you ever feel like this? Do you have any tips on how to deal with it? Alicia, this is my everyday life. Everyday life. I suffer from anxiety and minor depression, and there are times when I will literally sit in front of my paper and just like not know what to do. And then I'll spend time like searching for things that I want to do, or like I feel like it's so important to me to make something or to do well that I put a lot of pressure on myself. So that, of course, feeds into the anxiety and all that other stuff. But I always feel like my ideas are cliche or unoriginal too. I'll be like, I can't draw this pose. I just drew this pose. I can't draw this because this artist just drew this, and people will think that I'm copying them. Or like, you know, this is just really boring, or blah, blah, blah. And I'd say to you, for dealing with it, that if we sit here and we just stare at our sketchbooks or pieces or blank papers, and we spend all that time worrying about what we should and shouldn't be doing, or if it's going to be good enough, or if it's unoriginal, or if it's cliche, or we end up just making ourselves feel bad with our anxiety for no reason. And then sometimes I don't even make anything because of it. And, you know, you're getting in the way of yourself, you're harming yourself, and don't do that. I would say, if you come home and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to draw a dinosaur. And then you're like, well, I have to draw a dinosaur in space because no one's done that. And then you should have a full astronaut suit and blah, blah. And then they're like, whatever. I feel like if you just draw whatever you want to, like I've been forcing myself to just draw whatever comes to my mind that I want to draw or get done and worry about it later, because you can always draw it again. Like, even if you just do the sketch just to warm up and feel good and feel nice, and then you'll learn something from your sketch. And then you'll be like, this is a great start. You know what, maybe now I can, oh my gosh, the dinosaur would look so cool from this angle. And you know what I mean? It'll get your juices flowing. So my advice to you would be to just do it. Don't worry about the cliche. Don't worry about dynamic posing. Don't worry about, like, that's what I do. I'll be like, I need to make dynamic poses. I need to do this. I need to draw, it's been like 3 weeks since I drew a guy. I have to draw a guy, but I really want to draw this instead. Just draw what you want. Just sit down, draw what you want immediately, and let everything flow naturally. And I hope that helps you, Alicia, because it's my everyday. I struggle with anxiety all the time. And the only person that gets in the way of my happiness and me doing art, because then you feel guilty, right? After, if you haven't done your art, then you get the art guilt and you're like, I didn't make any art. And you tried, but you sat there and you made yourself feel bad. So I would rather try something and maybe it not come out the way I want it, or maybe it is cliche, but who cares? You did something. You did an art. And that's what matters. And you're going to get better as time goes on. And maybe next time you'll know a different way to approach it. Or you'll be warmed up and you'll be like, all right, now I want to try something unoriginal. But I hope that answered that for you. Oh, let me check this chat. To be honest, I love what my friend did. I completely agree. You guys need help hitting on it to the chat. Yeah, everybody. Some of you guys are in the conversation for whatever reason, and then I don't know how they're not in like the group chat. So I'm checking back between that and YouTube. All right, Jeremiah. What's my honest opinion on fan art? Joe, I object people drawing my artworks. No, I'm actually very flattered by that. If somebody would like to draw my artworks, I think that's incredibly flattering. Now, if somebody's just going to trace my stuff and they're just going to copy it and not give me credit, that's not flattering. I think fan art's cool, and it like makes me feel good if somebody thinks that, you know, my art is worth making fan art over. So, but yeah, no, that's my opinion. I don't object to people drawing fan arts. I draw fan arts all the time. Just as long as you credit everybody and you're not like copying their stuff, you're just inspired by it. Aw, you guys are making some cute pieces. Kind of went through that process of overthinking artwork. Definitely agree. One of the suggestions is maybe using loose leaf or cheap paper to just scribble on, or just to draw. Yeah, definitely. That's a great idea. Do any of my lovely people in my little conversation hangouts have any questions? You guys have been quiet. Don't be scared. I won't bite. I'm gonna open up this Coke because my throat's getting dry from not talking.
I guess I can ask a question.
Go for it.
So, my family, I'm really talented in, like, you know, all, like, the different things. And, you know, I like mathematics and all that, and my family really wants me to go into STEM, be like a STEM child.
Mm-hmm.
And I have, like, a really hard time being like, oh, but I like art. And my mom told me that my dad, like, didn't agree with it, but, you know, my dad's not going to tell me that to my face. So, have any advice for dealing with home life?
So he won't tell you to your face because he doesn't want to hurt your feelings?
Yeah, he wants me to be happy with my life, but, you know, he still has his own opinion.
All right, of course. That's all parents do. That's the thing with parents is they just want the best for you. And unfortunately, depending upon, you can jump up, Chloe. Come on. Good girl. Sorry. The thing with that is not every parent has like a good way of expressing that into a way that doesn't make us feel bad. So your dad is probably trying not to hurt your feelings and protecting you, because when we grow up and when we're kids, they tell us we can be whatever we want to be. But then when it comes time to actually finding a college or going to get a job or this, things might start to change a little bit. So, I mean, when it comes to doing, you know, picking your job and picking your career, you have to realize, yeah, what my dad would tell me is there's a lot of competition out there. My dad at one point even told me that there was a lot of artists working at McDonald's, and I'll never forget that. But I mean, my dad loves me to death and I love him, and right now he's fully supportive of all my art, and he wants me to be happy. Not everybody is blessed with that situation. So what you have to do is you just have to remember you're the one who is going to be the person who is stuck with this job for the rest of your life. And do you mind if I ask how old you are?
Oh, I'm 15.
You're 15? Okay, well, you've got so much time, and unfortunately in our day and age, like, they want us to hurry up and grow up. They want us to hurry up and pick our major and do all this stuff and get our degrees and blah, 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 because they want us to succeed and they don't want to worry about us. But keep in mind, you know, what you would rather. Like, no matter what job you pick, it's going to be a struggle to, you're going to have to learn the craft. You're going to have to fit in, find a niche. The job market, there's a competition for anything. There's a competition for nurses and lawyers and doctors, and the list goes on. There's a lot of people on this earth. So you may as well try doing something that makes you happy. And since you're just 15, you know, continue doing what makes you happy, but also keep your mind open, because especially you're going to start getting into classes now where you're going to find things that maybe you didn't know that you might enjoy more than art. I know plenty of artists who will do half and half. They'll do art part-time and they'll do something else just to be safe. Some people bust out and they're doing art all the time. And there's people who are your age who have a bigger following than I do. And like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to college now. And they're probably like living off their art, and everybody's circumstance is different. But as far as like dealing with your parents, I would be, you know, I would be respectful. You know, I hope that they in turn would, it sounds like your father's being respectful to your feelings, and he doesn't want to hurt you, and it does hurt that the people whose opinion matters the most is coinciding with something that you really love. And I understand that, and I feel for that. I know a lot of us can. But just be respectful, keep an open mind. Unfortunately, people won't really ever understand like why art is a real craft and why it's important. Even if you say the house we're living in right now, an artist drew it, and they'll be like, well, it's an architect. And it's like, but he drew it. He's an artist. The clothes we're wearing, an artist designed these. These headphones, an artist designed these. The computer that I'm talking to you guys on, an artist designed that. Like, they drew out the street, the guide for the city that we live in. I mean, people really don't understand how important artists are. So stick to your guns. Do what's going to make you happy, because you're the person who has to go to sleep at night, wake up in the morning, and go to that job every day. if you're the person who's going to have to wake up in the morning and go to school or go to an internship or go to maybe a crappy job first while you're learning your way to get to this job, and if you have something you're working at that you love, it's not going to matter. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I hope that helps. I'm sorry. I get a little winded.
Okay.
Let's see, a lot of people are talking. Thank you so much for being here. That 2% will different to some parents have difficulty understanding things. It's often born out of worry and concern for you rather than wanting to wear you down. I completely agree with that. It just takes them some time. Yeah, like with my parents, they would, it was weird. They supported me my whole life when I was a kid. And then when things got serious during college and it came time to find a job, they'd be like, what are you doing? And it's like, you can't flip the switch on me like that. So, but now they support me fully. So they change. People change all the time. And you just got to do what's good for you. What sixth form college art courses do you recommend? Because I just got my results back and I don't know if graphic art or fine art would be a better course to take. Well, it depends on what you enjoy doing most. Graphic design right now, the spectrum and the I want to say the economy for it, especially because that's what I've been doing to sustain myself while I do my art on the side, grows all the time. Unfortunately, right now people want graphic designers to know how to do HTML code and build websites and the 80 other things in addition to being a graphic designer. And fake it till you make it, guys, because in this day and age, we can learn anything on the internet overnight. Oh, Gesundheit.
Sorry.
No worries. You're fine. I would suggest, and fine art is really exactly what it says. Fine art isn't like illustration, or it's not like sequential art. Fine art is meant to go on a wall, or so with fine art, I would say you'd have to really find a specific niche that you are going to be selling towards. Like if you're going to go out on the pier or go hit up the bourgeoisie places on the beach and sell all these mermaid things or these nautical things. Like in fine art, in my opinion, I feel to be successful, you're going to have to find a niche. And fine art is meant to be hung and enjoyed and admired and be in galleries and stuff like that. Can fine art be used for illustration purposes? Absolutely. But the difference between illustration and fine art is illustration is meant to tell a story or help to create a concept. And fine art is meant to be whatever you depict it to be on the wall. But it can also be used as an illustration. That's where illustrators and fine artists like clash or whatever. But graphic art, if you enjoy graphic art more, then do graphic art. If you enjoy painting, then paint. It comes down to what you want to do and what makes you the most happy. Maybe just dabble in a little bit. Maybe do a little bit of half and half. Maybe take, I don't know if it's possible for you to take some courses in graphic design or some courses in fine art, but see if you can take one or two, maybe things online, maybe things within your community before you do like the college thing or something. Find some way, or some YouTube videos. I'm sure someone's teaching how to do graphic design and someone's teaching how to do fine art as well. I hope that helps, Ash. Let's see. How can I defeat self-doubt? I really want to share some of my art on the net, but I feel like I'm not great. Okay, Willow. I'm going to say something right now, and nobody bash me for it, but we all know it's true. There's a lot of art that's on the internet that people love that might not be so good. but they like it because it's like fan art or something. I've seen some things, and I think we've all seen some things. Part of me, where you're like, that's got how many notes? So I don't think that matters. I think that, you know, sharing your art is only going to help you get involved in a community of other like-minded people who you can collaborate with and get help from. And I understand it being, you know, very personal. And it's scary. But just remember, you know, you're doing the art for you, right? You're doing it to make you happy. And you want to share. We want to share with everyone because we're excited. Like, guys, look what I did. And sometimes people might not like it, and sometimes they will. And, you know, the point is you're doing it for yourself. So don't self-doubt yourself. You know, if you're doing art because you are doing it because you want approval or opinion from other people, then you're not doing it for the right reasons. And you're setting yourself up for disappointment because there's always going to be someone who doesn't like it. Gosh. No, I'm not infected by a cough. I just have I have a cough. You're so funny. It's my throat is getting dry from talking and not stopping. Pardon me. But if you're doing it for yourself, which you should be, and you're joining a bunch of other people in the community, everybody say hi to Willow and tell her that him or her that you love them and that they've got nothing to fear. And, you know, if there's going to be butt heads that say things about your art, then let it be. There's people who say crap about my art all the time. And it's like, it's going to happen. Don't be self-conscious about it. Believing in your art and being confident with it is, gosh, that is a tricky one. Because I think we all like suffer a little bit from that. From time to time, you definitely always hit that point. Even I hit that point, like, even like a couple months ago where I'm like, am I just not that good? Can I not do this? Is this what this means? Everybody will reach that point. Everybody goes to that point. But as far as being confident in your art, you have to be confident in yourself and, you know, love yourself. Remember, you know, hey, I'm doing this because it makes me happy. I know that if I keep drawing and I keep painting or whatever it is you're doing, you're going to get better. You're going to get better with time, and you're only going to get better by joining in with other people, getting other people and speaking with other artists and like doing art trays. And I mean, I started out on DeviantArt and I didn't think my art was that good, but I would get so excited just to post stuff because I wasn't getting a whole lot of comments back, but I was making friends. I don't know if DeviantArt is still that community anymore. I don't really go on there because I don't feel like it is. But that's why I say you got to put yourself on as many outlets as possible because you never know who you're going to meet. And reach out. Comment to other people's pages. Be like, hey, I really dig your art. You're really inspiring to me. Thanks for sharing this. You know what I mean? Just be another person. And they're going to show you that kindness in turn. And if they don't, then they're not worth your time. But you just got to make the jump. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to put your art out there and just make it and just make the post and don't worry about the numbers and don't worry about the comments. I hope that helps you, Willow. And you can always draw it again. I tell myself that all the time. Like if I don't like something, I'll be like, oh, I can always draw again. for example, I'll show you right now something that I drew that I didn't like, and I was really angry. I got this new render sketchbook because supposedly it's all the rage with markers. And I drew an Arya Stark, and she looks awful. And I hate it, and it's not what I had come out. So I took a breather for a second. And I'm like, well, there's no reason to get upset. And also, it didn't take to my watercolors very well. But I got upset, of course, because I was happy with it before. But then I remembered I could always draw it again. So when I was ready and I felt better about my concept, I started sketching her again. So, recover. So now I have a little bit of a better idea of my concept. Let's see if I can. A little better idea of what I want to do. Maybe it needed to be a little bigger. Maybe I needed to change my composition. But I got that out of my system. And I'm trying again. My old Deadpool piece that I drew last year from Tampa Bay Comic Con, I drew that 3 times before I was happy with it. Sometimes it's like I realized maybe I need to practice some figure sketching and I'm not comfortable with the male anatomy, and then that's going to make you more confident. Nobody wants to do figure stuff. Nobody wants to practice. Everybody just wants to draw the goods of what they want to draw. But another thing that's going to make you confident is practice. So I highly suggest animals, people, maybe even drawing. What I've been doing is I kind of cheat it, is I'll do my figure sketches and my figure drawings really teeny tiny. So it forces me not to concentrate on details and just focus on the figures instead. Let's see. What is my least favorite thing to draw? Backgrounds or vehicles. And anything that's like, it's weird because all of my favorite characters, mostly Iron Man's a mecha. And I love him, and I'll be like, sure, I'm going to draw Iron Man. And I feel great. And then, like, halfway in it, I'm like, this is an awful idea. I shouldn't have. Hi, Mom.
Look at Chloe, right? Oh, my God. He's like the party king.
Is my little pup the party king?
He is.
He's a little social butterfly.
I took him outside.
Oh, thanks, Mom. Here, Bubba.
He is. He's the life of the party. Everybody was hugging and loving him, and he's kind of foot fetish.
Oh, it's so cute.
He doesn't have a foot fetish. He's just saying hi.
No, he loves to lick toes.
Okay, so maybe he likes lips too. I'm glad that helped too, Willow. Yeah, and render sketchbooks are terrible for watercolor, but great for markers. And a new concept, beautiful. Thank you, Avo. I appreciate it. But guys, this is Kirby, my new little baby boy that I adopted, and he's been very nice to me. And he's my little best friend, and him good boy.
Hi, Kirby.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Bubba. But yeah, my least favorite thing to draw would be like buildings or like a background or like a car. No, thank you. Mechanical stuff. Right? Let's see. Yay, Ava's with us. She is an amazing artist too. Loves Teacup Kisses. Everyone say hi to her. She's freaking awesome.
Hi.
Okay, let's see. Here's a question. What other than other art and artists gets you in that feel good, so overwhelmingly inspired you just might burst mood? Movies and music. Yes, movies and music. Movies and music really get me going because, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like whenever I hear a song, I kind of hear like a music, and there's like a music video in my head. I kind of like play that out. or it like might give me inspiration, like, oh, this really reminds me of this character. And then like kind of whatever the genre of the song is or the beat of the song will like give me like, oh, this would be so cool for this, or what have you, or I'll see a movie in a scenario, and that'll inspire me, and I'm like, oh my god, I just saw Guardians, I have to draw Peter Quill right now. But yeah, definitely movies, music, video games, just anything. And like, I'm 5 years old, so like little collectible toy stuff. My little John Wick, he's on here protecting my desk. But yeah, just, and then surrounding myself with like other art. I've been trying to like buy a bunch of art and get that going around. I don't know if you guys can see, but support other artists. I look at other artists, obviously, should have said that to begin with. Be like, oh my god, look what she did with that. Oh, she's using these inks. I never thought of that. Maybe I should try and use these inks and apply it here. Or that's really inspiring that she did that with that mermaid. Maybe I can apply that somewhere else. Just, it goes on and on. I just fully encourage you guys. Oh my gosh, people are sharing their dogs in the chat. It's too funny. I'm going to apply for an art school next year, and in my portfolio I want to do 5 pieces. I already have a theme. What's your theme? I love the art community here too. You guys are wonderful, and I'm so glad that you guys are so helpful and friendly with each other. I love it. Thank you. Let's see. Fantasy. Oh. Well, if your theme is fantasy, then everything's pretty broad for you. I mean, you can do mythological creatures, you can do the old-fashioned, you know, storybook lore, you can do a point in pop culture where everything was fantasy. If you like dragons, okay, here's the thing now, colleges don't like dragons because we all like dragons. And they don't like unicorns. I personally got unicorns revoked from my college senior class for portfolios. I guess they want to see more creative things. So, oh goodness. So if I had any tips for you, I would say like to go out of the box. Maybe sneak one dragon in there, or maybe take it to another level. Like maybe people always draw dragons, but maybe draw something different. Maybe draw like a dragon as if it were a different creature or something instead, or combine other creatures like a penguin dragon or just something ridiculous. But if I were you, I would advise you not to do a whole thing of dragons because they don't like them, because we do. Is it okay if I tell you something annoying yet hilarious? Of course.
So I think about 2 years ago, this girl who is not known for being nice just randomly was watching me draw, and she says, I bet I could draw that too. And I just sort of stared at her for a minute, and I said, sure.
She'd been like, that's nice. Oh my gosh, those people are so weird. They're just some random person?
Well, she goes to my school, and our school is very small, so you pretty much know everyone in your grade.
Maybe next time say, that's awesome, you should come and draw with me.
Yeah, I basically did that. I told her the picture looked really good.
You never know. Some people don't know how to socially engage very well. They may be even more shy than you or I might be. And they might come off a little, you know, they say something that may come off to be like rude, but they didn't know how to approach you. So in situations like that, just always try to remain professional and kill them with kindness. But unfortunately, I think you're always going to get those scenarios. Oh, these are cool drawings that you guys are sharing. Make sure if you guys are drawing right now, share your stuff on like Twitter and Instagram and use hashtag Gweakles Con, because everybody needs to check out everyone's art, and I want to see everybody's art that you are drawing. Oh, and I don't know if I forgot to put my stickers in the shop, but oh well. How about, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm such a mess. This is what happens when I put my expectations really high. But I got a bunch of new super cool stickers. And I'm pretty proud of these. I was gonna put them up for sale. I guess I can do that tomorrow, but I got some Cat the Brat Kiss Cut vinyl waterproof stickers. And then I also did the same with the Yin and Yang unicorn. So if I can remember tomorrow, I'll put them up for sale, but if anybody buys anything from the shop, I'm just going to give you a sticker anyway. But some people might just want a sticker, so I'll put those up for sale too. I gotta drink some more Coke. But those pieces look great that you guys are posting. Thanks, Avo. I'm so happy with them. I'm so glad they came out. I always worry like how the stickers are going to come out when I order them, or like if they're going to be too small or anything. Oh, and in case no one had an opportunity to see the pins that I was really worried about as well, but they came out so good. These are my little unicorn enamel pins, and they're on sale too, but they came out so good and I love them. I'm definitely going to make more pins in the future, but this is an art goal of mine for a really long time. And they're small enough to, like, if you want to put them on the collar of your shirt. But I love all the pieces you guys are coming out with. And definitely post them and share them with hashtag Gweakles Con so we can all see them and all comment on everything. But yes, more. Oh, new hair? Me? I've had my hair cut and dyed for a while. But yes, I think it is more posh this way. Hold on, let's see. I know you play Crash Bandicoot, but ever check the Rayman games? Really colorful. I've seen other people play the Rayman games. I never got into them as a kid, but I've definitely seen other people play them. And I still have to beat the Crash Bandicoot game. I haven't even had time to get into that. Let's see. Unicorns are big. Unicorns for life, fun. Unicorns for life. Let's see. Ava, you're so sweet. Oh, okay, Tatiana. I wasn't sure like what you were comfortable with for being referred to online. I'm so glad you received it. I've actually been so worried because all the pens people have been buying, no one has said like, yay, I got my pen or something. So I'm like, is everyone getting them? Is everyone getting the pins? Like, I've been so worried. I don't trust the postman at all. I always like go into the post office and I'm like, because I've lost like 2 originals to postman. So, but don't worry about it. I'll always take care of you guys if the postman loses your stuff, so don't worry. Him and I will fight. We will duke it out, and yeah. Anyways, back to questions. How do you learn the anatomy of a creature that doesn't exist? An excellent question. There just so happens to be a favorite book of mine by an illustrator who has created a lot of the mythological creatures for Star Wars and such. And of course, my book is in storage, so I can't show it to you. But I'm going to quickly look up the name of the book. But she goes into explicit detail about how to create creatures and using like real anatomy. I also have another cool book that I just got, and it's actually still here. Sorry, I'm a nerd. But it's called The Resurrectionist. Aha! And I would get as many cool books like these if you could. Books are amazing. So this is amazing because it's like, this is called The Resurrectionist. This is a different book than the one I'm talking about. But this illustrator went through the trouble of like doing a whole story thing where they're like, these are the finds of Dr. E.B. Hudspeth. And he actually found like the mammoth god, broke it down into like all the bone structures. And there's books out there where people will take the anatomy and then like, so this would be the devil, but they take the anatomy and they break it down. Oh, merms. So they break it down for you. And I saw that and I was like, Obviously this is a harpy, but the best way to do that, if you can't get these books, but like search for them online. I'm sure a lot of people have scans. But type in like fantasy creature illustration anatomy or something like that. Also type in the anatomy of the creature that you are looking to combine. Look up their bone structure. Practice drawing their bone structure. Find out where like their ligaments and everything attach and where it would be applicable to attach a wing or remove a wing, or compare to how the other artists did their fantasy creatures and where they put the bone placement. Because once you have the bones there, you can infer where the skeletons, the muscles are going to be, and so on and so forth. Let's see. Making sure I get to all these questions. All right. Don't worry about it, Tatiana. I know you're really busy. And that's why I remind myself, I'm like, everybody's really busy, but literally no one who's bought in a pin has said anything. And I'm just like, if they haven't gotten these pins, I'm going to fight this mailman. Let's see. Ever thought of making an art book? Plus, do you make prints by yourself? Right now, I'm making prints by myself. Yes. Made these at FedEx Kinko's. I edit everything, and so I will go and scan them, and then I will edit them, and then take them to the old Kinko's, use their giant chip chopper, and then I package everything myself, and I pop in, I give a little kiss to the sticker, and I write you guys a cute little note, and mail it off to you myself. I actually tried cat print for the John Wick, the Centaur Unicorn, and the holographic Diamond Heart prints, but that was as a test. So those 3 prints were made by cat print because those were a test, and I wanted to see, like, you know, if and when it came time to getting a really big order, or just in case, like if I had to go to a convention, I didn't have the time to go to Kinko's to see if I could just do that. And the prints came out really good, but as of everything else, I make it myself. Have I ever thought of making an art book? Well, I think about making an art book all the time. In fact, after this online con, that is going to be my next project. Whether it be for my Cat the Bat stuff, or one way or another, I'll see what everybody's more interested in. I'm sorry, I drink that Coke and I'm regretting it because I'm getting the burpees. I either want to make, see if people want just like a normal sketchbook of like all my sketches, or as you guys have noticed, I've been doing a lot of creature and concept character design for like creatures and different beasties, and like experimenting with those when I'm not doing fan art. And that's because I'm experimenting with concept and character design, not only for my portfolio, but for Cat the Bat's universe. So when all is said and done, I'm going to have a lot of work into that. And so I thought about making a little concept monster creature book, or either making like an issue or volume 1 of Cat the Bat. I think it would be easier to do the art book first because I have no idea where I want to take Cat the Bat, and I'm still developing her and her universe. So I think what I would do is I would take all of my concept work and my art and my sketches and the creatures from that, and I would make an art book from that. Or if people would prefer a sketchbook, then I would make just a generalized sketchbook. But an art book is my next goal, and I plan to do it before the end of the year. Let's see. Fun fact, this is my first live chat with a YouTuber artist. Yay! Thank you for sharing that with me. I would stay longer, but it's like 2 in the morning for me, and I have to get up in a few hours. Night, Gweakles. Hope you have. Oh, good night, Ash. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me check all these chats. Make sure I'm getting to everyone. Okay. Good. Yes. Good. Yes, I'm getting to everyone. Good. Yes. I probably won't make the stream much longer because it is getting late for some people, and it is getting late for me. Tomorrow I have to wake up early and take Mr. Kirby to the old doctor for a follow-up appointment. And then after that, we'll be going to my dad's house, which I will be continuing the next live stream meetup. So it'll be about midday for anybody who else missed it. What are people saying? I'm applying or auditioning for an arts high school. Does the same thing apply? On the website, it said I could do anything. If it's art high school, maybe not as serious as the college, but still, there's going to be a lot of dragons that people are submitting. So maybe do half and half. Show them everything you're capable of. Well, I'm not getting off right now, guys. I'll go on for another 30 minutes. We'll go till 10 o'clock my time. Let's see. Yeah, I did lose originals. I was actually doing a trade with Tori, and I mailed her one. Thankfully, it was just a sketch, and then I forget what the other one was that I lost. I think I blacked it out because I was so upset. This is the first time in a hand. I'm not popular. You guys are cap. About the material that you use, which do you prefer to draw and paint? Well, I prefer watercolor, and I prefer Prismacolor Coal Erase pencils because I feel like it's less intimidating to sketch with them than it is graphite, and they blend well with my watercolors. I use Canson watercolor paper when I'm not using my sketchbook, and my sketchbook is also a Canson sketchbook. It's usually mixed media. Sometimes I test out different sketchbooks that have been gifts. Like I wanted to try the render one for the markers because I heard it was really good for markers, and now I know it's not so good for watercolors. And then I have another sketchbook that Tori gifted me that I dig for like just putting in my bag and keeping it on the go. So that's where John Wick is, and that's where my little baby Phoebe is, our highlighter challenge. But this works. I like the texture of this. That's where Diva is, and my first Patreon exclusive print, and the second one. But this is a Stillman and Byrne I believe these might be expensive. Tori gifted this to me, and it definitely by the texture, it's for like watercolor and inking. But those have been good to test in. And the watercolor Canson sketchbooks are also really good too. Those are my favorite ones. I'm not going anywhere, T-Weber. We got 30 more minutes. Where do you live? And also, guys, if you're just getting in now and you feel like you've missed a lot, don't worry. I'm going to live stream all weekend. I'm going to live stream again tomorrow and Sunday. So we're going to keep this con going. The shop is stocked and everything is for sale at con prices all weekend. And we're going to hang out all weekend. So don't worry about it. Okay. Where do I live? I live in Florida. It's 6:30 there. Nice. There's a $3 front. I only have 3 Copics, but I know they blend well. Yeah, I started off with just the pastel pack as a treat to myself. I used them during Inktober, and I was like, So slowly but surely, I've been just like buying 3 markers here, 3 markers here, and then my mom was generous enough to get me like a big, like the original Copic markers, the one that don't have the brush ends, but I'm not sure. They don't work as well as the little ones that are like a brush, but I use them still. Who took their comment back? How is my experience with Copics, and is it really worth the price? My experience with Copics has been really good, actually. I wouldn't use it on watercolor paper because it sucks it up quickly, but the mixed media paper, they work really well. The high advantages, I'd say, when I'm using my Copics are that I can complete things, like if I really want to finish a piece, or if I have a deadline, or if the customer doesn't care, then, and especially because I've been practicing with them, they let you finish quicker. Because with my watercolors, I'm waiting for my layers to dry, which sometimes is okay. So I'll just paint a thing, watch YouTube, wait for this layer to dry, come back. But you know, this is America, we want things now. So I've really liked how quickly I can finish things with the Copics. And I use them the same way I do the watercolors. Like I've been trying to like blend them and go over. But what I've learned is, just like the watercolors, the alcohol and the paper needs to dry first, or else I pick it back up again. Is it worth the price? I'd say if you could get a deal, it's worth the price. I mean, what's up?
Fire said that she was leaving.
Oh, no problem. Bye, Fire. Don't be sorry. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night. I'm not sure what applied design is. You might have to look further into that, Google. But it's probably something technical. Yeah, I mean, art supplies are going to be expensive eventually. I mean, even if my watercolors aren't expensive, the paper I go through, the sketchbooks I go through, the brushes I go through, they add up. What I recommend, like starting off with Copics, maybe not. I didn't get them until this year. I mean, I'm 27 and I've been doing art my whole life, so it's just whenever, you know, maybe get just like when Amazon Prime is doing a sale, or Amazon just doing a sale, like I did with the pastel ones. I just got a little set of like 6 for like $25, and I just tested them out, and I was like, yeah. And then maybe you get another set for $25, or you just treat yourself each month. can get yourself like 4 markers at a time. The cool thing about it and why I think it's justified is that you don't have to keep buying like the $3 marker every time. You can just buy the $3 refill and refill that marker several times. So I think, yeah, it is worth the cost because of the time and the effects that you can get with them. The quality of the product is very good. Let's see. Let's see. Where do you get your stickers like the one on your sketchbook? Are those ones you may don't sell? Oh, this is from Sugar Bones. Because I ordered her pin of this. I don't know where she gets her stickers made. This is from Ursula Decay made this, but this is when we tried to do our little undead t-shirt company, and we got this made by Sticker Mule. A little bit more expensive, but their stickers feel really good. This is mine, and this is an old sticker of Skelly Dude, one of my first ones that I did. I got it from Sticker App. This is from Re-Artwork. This is from, oh gosh, I forget the artist's name. When I got my shark pen, she gave me these stickers. And this is from Kelly Johnson Art, who's a friend of mine who actually started, we became friends on DeviantArt years and years ago. And I got her pen as well. And she just included these stickers, so I don't know where she got them from. I either print my stickers out myself, or these kind of stickers I get from Sticker App, because number one, you get them quick, they're waterproof, they are vinyl, and they're really good quality, especially for Kiss Cut, and you can get a lot for a reasonable price. But if you're looking to be profitable, I wouldn't stake your money into stickers, because like, as far as profit goes, they're not cool. They're good to have. So like anybody who orders from my shop can get a sticker, and it's something nice and more of an incentive. But if you're looking to like make money off of stickers, I haven't figured that out yet. Which are the artists that inspire you and motivate you to draw? Well, there's a lot of them. I'd say my good friend Tori Ann, or GC Ink on here, is incredibly inspiring to me because of her work ethic and her dedication. That alone. And just whenever we talk and stuff about art and the community and society, like, again, it's art community. So I get inspired by my friend Ari, Ursula Decay. She's developed into this like amazing comic book style that I'm just like, damn, girl. I love Cameron Stewart for his inking. I love Babs Tarr for her style. She's got, you know, kind of the same face syndrome with her stuff, but that's okay. A lot of artists do. But I like that she's made comic books a little more illustrative. And then, what did you say? You'll prescribe to me a little doses of sun. No, thank you. I'm comfortable with my pale skin. I appreciate it though. I'm just gonna look at my Instagram because the list is too big. Audra Claire has inspiring work. I love Vicky Sai, just because she's so sweet, and like her colors, just the illustrations themselves are very thought-provoking. Jake Parker, just an amazing artist and an amazing person. Leah Lane, Andy Park, the guy who does the concept art for all the Marvel stuff. Oh, Iravel, a great watercolor artist. I don't really know how to say her name correctly, Saruka Patapez, but she does amazing work. Kevin Wada, just Gigi draws. Sibylline, the French illustrator who draws the ladies. She's a big inspiration for me too, because just all of her stuff is just beautiful with her watercolors and her ink, and it's so tight, and like everything flows really nice, and I love her stuff. Natalie Hall, her inking is incredible. But yeah, those are just a couple, because I find new cool artists every day, and I'm just like, I need to be you. Need to drink your blood and steal your powers. But don't do that, because that's not a good idea, kids. Do I know Alicia draws? Let me see. I probably do. It sounds familiar. She's on YouTube, isn't she? I'm not sure. Not like personally or anything. I love the Monster Paws on YouTube. Huh. Let me check them out. She's got some interesting stuff. Not particularly my style, but definitely a different. I like different. All right, what are people saying in this chat? Okay, everybody's talking. What did they say about Mermaid? Yeah, everybody's drawing. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I catch up with everybody's chats, because some people aren't in the group chat on Google Hangouts for whatever reason. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so have about 10 minutes left. Does anybody in Hangout have any questions they wanted to ask or anything they wanted to say? Anybody in the chats, any last minute questions? Maybe something you'd like to see in tomorrow's live stream that we didn't get into tonight, even though I really liked how intimate and close this was? Do I see myself doing comics? I would love to. I would really love to. Yeah. I need way much more practice than I have now to be at the standard, but I've been in discussion with a friend of mine about making one. And you guys have probably guessed, I want to make Cat the Bat into a comic, but I'm taking it slow with development and trying not to force anything. I'll give many kisses to my pets. Thank you. What kind of history? What kind of history what? Oh, I'm not sure. Good night, Willow. Yeah, you guys are really great. You have a great night too. Everyone, you've been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. I've had an amazing time. Thank you guys who joined me in the Hangout. That took a lot of guts, I'm sure. And I don't have a problem with you not showing your faces, even if you didn't talk, and just, I'm all for hanging out. I'm just a person too. So tomorrow, if any more of you, I'll give you the link for the Google Hangouts, and you can come on in and chat. Great chatting with you too. I'm so glad you made it to the live stream too, Tatiana. Thank you so much for coming. You're a big inspiration to me as well, obviously. But if you guys don't know Tatiana, she's an amazing artist and just an incredibly sweet person. But you probably already do know her. She's loved Teacup Kisses, but you guys are amazing. I hope to see you guys tomorrow at the live stream. I will create the next event as soon as we finish up here, so you will know the time. You guys have a wonderful night. I love you so much, and sleep well. Mwah! Have a good one, you guys.